Okay, it's been a little while since we've done a football club history. We're going to France for this video. We're going to the Burgundy region of France. We're going to the city of Auxerre, and we're going to look at AJ at Auxerre. Now, the full name of Auxerre is the Association de la Jeunesse Auxerre. They play at the Stade de l'Abbé des Champs, which has a capacity of 18,541, and the club itself is founded on the 29th of December 1905 by a French Catholic abbot. Yes, the Catholic Church has a part to play in the foundation story of this club. The Abbot des Champs is his name, hence the name of the Stade de l'Abbé des Champs, which is named after the founding father, quite literally, of this club. And for many years they would play in a Catholic amateur league in France and would stay in the amateur divisions before slowly working their way up the French footballing pyramid with the manager, Guy Roux, who is very, very important for the history of this club until the 1980-81 season where they first play in Ligue, the French top flight. They would remain a top flight French side consistently until the 2011-2012 season. At the end of that season, they are relegated to Ligue 2. They would return briefly in the 2022-2023 season back into Ligue 1 before being relegated straight away. They finished 17th that year. And they returned again to the French top flight this season, the 2024-2025 season. They're currently 8th as I'm recording this video. So they're having a solid return to the French top flight. And for the best part of, between 1961 and 2005, in 3 spells, Guy Roux was their manager, including an unbroken 36-year spell between 1964 and 2000, which I believe is a record for a manager to be in the same job for 36 years. He holds a European record of 890 top-flight matches as a manager. In total, he managed 1,747 matches for Auxerre, with 816 wins, 420 draws, and 511 losses. He would also have a further managerial spell with Rennes, but as manager of Auxerre, out of the 1,747 matches he managed, 890 of them were in the Ligue top flight in France, which is a European record. So he holds a couple of records. One for being the longest tenured manager at a club, and 2, the most wins and most matches in the top flight of a domestic league. So Guy Roux, very, very important individual at the club. He was also a player at the club and a player manager in his first stint in the 61-62 season. His main stint was from 1964 to 2000. He then stands down, but he comes back later on in 2000 until 2005 for his third and final stint before retiring. So in 3 stints, record-breaking manager is Guy Roux. All but one of the club's honours come under the managerial oversight of Guy Roux. So the Ligue 1 title in 95-96, which was a League Cup double year, is their only major top flight honour. They've only won the league once. The Coupe de France, however, they've won 4 times. The 93-94 edition of the Coupe de France, the 95-96 French Cup, which is a League Cup double, 2002-2003 season, and the 2004-2005 season, his final season in charge of the club. They've also won the Intertoto Cup twice in 1997 and 2006. So the year after he leaves, they win their second Intertoto Cup. A couple of notable players that I thought I would mention that have played for Auxerre. Eric Cantona. Yes, he was an Auxerre player before going on to Sheffield Wednesday, Leeds United, and of course famously Manchester United. And obviously he makes his name in English football, but he did have a spell at Auxerre. And Djibril Cissé, who played for Sunderland and Liverpool, started out at Auxerre and was this breakout star. He was a very highly rated young player, starts cutting his teeth in the French top flight with Auxerre, gets noticed playing for Auxerre, and ends up playing for Liverpool. And then latterly Sunderland in the Premier League over here in England. And there's a whole host of other well-known players who played for Auxerre, but they're the 2 that really stand out. They've actually had a real impact on the Premier League. And Eric Cantona obviously retiring very suddenly and surprisingly in 1997, to the surprise of many. And Djibril Cissé, obviously, with the injuries that he sustained throughout his career, which hampered him, two nasty broken legs, one in each leg, which unfortunately hampered his career. So there we go. There's a brief history of Auxerre. Very interesting club. I could delve more into the relationship with the Catholic Church and the foundation of the club before they work their way up the French league system. But Guy Roux is the main driving force behind this club, and it's more modern guys from the early 60s through to the mid 2000s. He brings the club up from the lower levels of French amateur football through the professional divisions to the top flight in 1980. Most of the success comes with Guy Roux as manager. His stability, I think, guided the club through some very difficult times, where there was some success in the 90s and the 2000s. Since he retired, the club has struggled. It's spent most of the last decade and a half in the French second division, and it's only recently that they've got back and competitive in the French top flight. So there we go. There's a brief history of Auxerre. Fantastic underdog club with that managerial history of Guy Roux. I mean, while he wasn't the most successful manager in regards to trophies won, you can't compare him to Ferguson or Wenger, for example. But for his time in charge of a club, that is ridiculous by any stretch of the imagination. And in that regard should be held in the same way as for us, Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger, for length of tenure as a manager. It's very, very rare that a manager would stay in the same role for so long, and in his case 3 spells at the same club between 1961 and 2005. He dominates the club basically, but he brings the club a lot of stability. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts on Auxerre in the comments section below, and I shall have some more content for all you guys and girls very, very soon.